You're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
How do you fit in like 5 to 6 times of training a week? That sounds challenging.
Yeah, it is challenging because in between there were job changes as well. With the company I was working for, I worked there for 16 years, but in between there came a time where they promoted me to a role which was covering half the country, promoting in one specific area. I was doing everything that I wanted to do, and my own personal journey was improving as well as my fitness journey was improving. So what I found was that the investment that I've made hasn't gone haywire. It's gone in the right direction. Make it that this is your healthy lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle change. Don't make it a chore. I think it's because make it an enjoyment. Find that therapeutic effect from it. Find that satisfaction from it. For me, this was very satisfying that, oh wow, I love it.
Welcome to Real People, Real Results, Real Change, the podcast that's dedicated to helping real people develop real health and fitness in their lives. Real people like you, business owners, professionals, house husbands and housewives, and students. I'm Stefan, I'm a personal wellness coach at UFit Studio, and I'll be your host. In this episode, I'm talking again with Vimal Thakrar, pharmaceutical product specialist within Neurosciences. In this second episode, we discuss how he dealt with setbacks and the fine-tuning needed to get to a high level of fitness and physical and mental health. Vimal, thanks so much for joining me again this episode.
Thank you.
So we were talking last time about, I guess broadly like the first half or the first stage of your fitness journey, and some sort of key moments within that, and especially around how you've adapted a vegetarian diet as well to supplement and enable you to achieve the goals you have, which included not just a loss in weight, but also dramatically reducing like your body fat percentage. And where we sort of left off last time was you're reaching a point where you're actually enjoying how you look, probably for the first time in a long time.
Definitely.
And then that's spurring you on even more. But pick this up for me. So what happened next, and what was that like?
So obviously we finished the lean out phase, and I was okay. Right, what do we do next? I'm at 63 kilos. Right, I can still carry on. I can do more, but it was time to build muscle because I was leaned out, but my muscles were not there. So it was time to build muscle, and time to start training heavy. So that was first part, but that means you start eating your foods again.
Okay.
So you had to balance that. And that was the tricky part for me. Yes, I did work at it, and so the lean out phase was where I was 63. I sort of started going a bit into 64, 65 range, and then 60. But we had to still looking good.
Yes.
That building of the muscle was showing through and coming through, and I wasn't unhappy, but there was still more to be done.
Okay.
There was a lot of things. For me at that time, you don't want to say you come to a plateau, which wasn't a plateau, but it was more of engaging yourselves to go up higher and higher. So again, the food aspect continued.
So you were having to eat more at this point?
Yes,
right?
I was eating more calories, and still Fitness Pal recorded, but it's still fine tuning was required. So Sam and I kept on sitting down on our one-to-ones. But what importantly that was coming out was, yes, I was happy.
Yeah.
And that happy medium was very good, but I was in a better headspace, which is also very good. That confidence was helping me carry on with my life. As I said, I've explained that the trauma was there, but it took me 5-6 years, which is what this journey was, to actually do something with my new home, to get my home sorted as well, as in the home that I was living in with mom and dad. Everything was just there, left as it was. I needed to make changes, so I started making changes. So that was one change. That also came in my life, that let's get this to what they wanted to have it, because there were some things they wanted to get done, but we couldn't get it done. So I made sure I got those things done. Started traveling a bit more. We went with siblings to holidays. That also came through it as well. So I was enjoying myself. At the same time, focusing on my fitness journey. So training 5 to 6 times a week continued. The food continued. But again, just prioritizing to what I need to do with the food was very important as well. So
can I ask? So I mean, you're a busy professional.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're working to be successful in your career at this point, right? Yeah. You're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
How do you fit in like 5 to 6 times of training a week? That sounds challenging.
Yeah, it is challenging because in between there were job changes as well. With the company I was working for, I worked there for 16 years, but in between there came a time where they promoted me to a role which was covering half the country, promoting in one specific area. So yes, routine. I think we have to kind of balance ourselves and think this is our routine. So how I incorporated it is that Sunday was food prep day. Saturday and Sunday were like getting yourselves organized, domestic, still training first thing in the morning, getting yourself organized with the domestics and getting your food prep done, your washing done, your ironing done, getting into a routine.
Okay.
So Sunday was definitely food prep day where all the lunches were prepared, or mentally I was thinking, oh, I'm here this day, I need this. So you prepare your food, you prepare your portions. So when you come back from a long day, I had to, when I got that role where I was traveling all the way to Scotland or wherever I was traveling, I had to incorporate that I'm going to train here, and here. And if I come back late, I'll do a 8 p.m. session to 9 p.m. session, but I will still train. So it was having that mindset, which is very important, that you can't say you haven't got time. You have to make time because it's your time. That is how you can look at it. Don't look at it as a chore. Oh, I've got to go gym. Don't do that. Flip it and say, no, I'm going to get something out of it. I'll probably feel relaxed. Make it therapeutic.
Amazing.
Don't make it. So I went with a therapeutic effect, that by walking into the gym, I'm getting a therapeutic effect. And that's what kept me in line with the journey.
You
and
really,
plus the confidence and the motivation from the coach always helped, because every time he was in touch.
Gotcha. So so you've got that external motivation from your coach. You got that accountability.
Yes.
But you're also you're anchoring within like your kind of your thought processes that this is benefiting me.
Yes.
Right. This is for me. This isn't something. Oh my goodness, I've got to do this. It feels like it's being imposed from the outside. It's like, no, I'm choosing this. I want to do this. I'm enjoying the results I get. I want to achieve even more. And so you're turning that, you're flipping it, as you say, right, into something that you're actively enjoying.
That's right. I think you just have to make it a therapeutic effect and say, look, what benefits are you getting out of it? What are you achieving here? You're achieving, you're making some good friends in the gym. You're getting good work. You're getting a better, fitter, toned body. Your cholesterol levels are low. Your chance of getting diabetes is low. Your heart rate is good. Your body fat level is good. And you're eating and you're enjoying, because I was still enjoying with my friends. I was enjoying my life. I was traveling. I was doing everything that I wanted to do, and my own personal journey was improving as well as my fitness journey was improving. So what I found was that the investment that I've made hasn't gone haywire. It's gone in the right direction. I could have invested it in another property, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to invest in myself, because you start loving yourself more. So that's the decision I made. And I made that thinking, okay, right, it's time you do something for yourself. And I think that was my trigger factor. And yes, everything was there. You know, as I said to you, for me, it became a therapeutic effect. And yes, the onward journey was having a better toned body, but I also wanted to maintain. Now, maintain is a different kind of word. You know, you have to have a buffering when you're maintaining as well, that you're going to buffer around 63, 64. And if you go up 65, I had to have that mindset myself, which I sort of turned it around straight away. I probably do a 24-hour fast and eat less that day till I get hungry. So there was another journey that came into from the coach, that eat when only hungry. Now, we all say this, but that is so hard mentally to do. Have those hunger pains and waiting for those hunger signals. And I often do that still, where I don't eat till I am actually either shivering or my stomach rumbles or I can't take it anymore. My work pace goes down. So I have practice on the hunger, which is another skill that I learned from the coach. And with all that continuing from 2016 to 2019, I still went down. I made sure I went down. So I came back to 63. With the focus on and then there came a time since the last 4 to 5 years, roughly guessing, I've not been on my fitness pal. I don't track my food, but mentally I track my food. So that's another leap I took.
This is fascinating. So in terms of maintaining, you're talking about a buffer zone, and this isn't like, you know, X weight is good or bad or something like that, but it's signals. Is that right? So when you're reaching a certain, you know, you're going up above a certain threshold, that lets you know, okay, I'm going to make an adjust my food,
life.
fast for the day
Yeah.
or something, or adjust my meal portions or something like that,
Yeah.
and then bring yourself back into that buffer zone. So
Yeah.
you're not having to worry about it. You're just using those as signals.
That's right.
Is that right?
So what coach and I have decided is put me a tracker, so daily tracking weight, and that gives us a good tracking procedure. When it came to a stage where he said, you've done, he didn't want me to get habituated to MyFitnessPal, which is that I didn't want that. So together we made a decision, I'm stopping to eat eggs. I'm incorporating something else in my routine now for breakfast, lunch or dinner. And we are not going to be tracking on FitnessPal, but we're going to be tracking mentally how we eat our portions. And that was another journey I went on since the last 4 or 5 years. And I've managed to still stay around the 63 mark, and obviously the pandemic hit us in 2020.
Yeah.
We were all working out virtually, and I came down even further that year.
Wow.
By training every day virtually and then having the boot camps. And so that was another journey I took without having going to the gym, but you're physically, again, that was a mindset that I live on my own. How am I going to cope?
Yeah.
But luckily with our studio, UFit Studio organized 3 to 4 virtual workouts a day, so we could choose the time that suits us best.
Yeah.
And then time came where people were going out, so we started doing boot camps. Then the time came we went doing other things, and then so he then got a temporary gym site because he was waiting for a new job. So again, following that journey, you embark on something else, and every year there's been something else as a goal setting. This year the goal was to do another transformation lean out, but do it gradually, so that starting with blocks. The first part was getting down to 62 kg, which I had achieved. Now the next part is to get down to 61.5, which is ongoing. So even this year I've lost 4 kilograms in weight, which for me was a big thing considering I'm at a low base, but then still going down. So my new target is for a buffer zone is going to be around 58 kg.
Okay, incredible. So how, during the pandemic and during lockdowns, you had access to regular workouts. Obviously, not got all the equipment, but you're working out from home. That's part of the puzzle, but obviously the other side is food and keeping that motivation, right? Keeping those routines and things like. How did you do that? And because your work must have been massively disrupted.
Yes, so my work life was disrupted because I was working from home. So all we were doing was a lot of webinars, evening webinars, contacting our customers through telephone, video calling, email to get some sort of conversation going. So I had to fight that. But there is a little bit that I've missed out. I'm sorry, I'm going to track back again. In 2018, I faced a big challenge in my life, which was I got redundancy from my previous job.
Made redundant?
I was made redundant, and work was a big thing for me because I've been in this 16 years for this company. So if I didn't have UFit or a coach with me, I think that journey would have been a challenge. But what I'd achieved so far helped me overcome that headspace from a headspace of view. So I had to put myself there out again on agencies, on LinkedIn, just to start myself that I'm looking for a job. And having that confidence in myself that I can go for another interview after 16 years and fight this battle. So yes, I think that also was a journey that I had to go through. Within 2018 beginning, I got redundancy February. By May, I had another job. So I think having that confidence and being passionate about my health and fitness really helped me my interview process as well, because that came out and they said, wow, this is interesting and tell us more about it. And then that really, my experience and my sort of mindset got me the job that, you can do anything if you really wish to. Perseverance and persistence is the key to success. I always say that. That's my mantra.
Absolutely.
And I think having that truth, love and compassion, not only for yourself, for others. So spirituality was a big thing for me that came out after the loss of my mom and dad. So I had all these mental headspace, which was helping me with the therapeutic, following a spiritual leader, listening to his dialects, praying, all of this comprised in this journey that I had, and then overcoming that lockdown. This is what really helped me. So I had to say that because I had lots of angles to go for that kept me going during lockdown, because living on your own, not seeing anybody, but I had other avenues of working with. My family was very supportive. We were video calling each other. My cousin brother was very supportive. He was video calling me every day, seeing how I am. And, we kept each other going because we were all very vulnerable at that point in time.
And yet, what's interesting to me, at least listening, I mean, your story is amazing, Vimal, but is lots of people have components of these things in their life, but holding it all together and keeping that momentum going is still something that we have to do ourselves. How do you do that? Like, what is that mindset that enables you to do that?
For me, the mindset is you've got this catalyst in your head that why you're doing this. You want to not go down again, so you want to stay up where you've come a long way. So you want to make sure you keep that buffer zone going, and I think just make it that this is your healthy lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle change. Don't make it a chore. I think it's because make it an enjoyment. Find that therapeutic effect from it. Find that satisfaction from it. For me, this was very satisfying. That, oh wow, I love it. And I think. For me, what really kept me going was, as I said, my faith, not only in my coach, but in myself and my God.
Yeah.
The faith in faith around me, the trust around me. And sometimes you do have those setbacks that you think, oh my God, why am I doing this? I'm not achieving, not training aspect, but other things that you do in your life.
Right.
You come back to this where you're getting that therapeutic effect and finding that headspace that, no, you need to do this and continue doing it. During lockdown, it was very important because food could have gone astray, but I still continued to what I was doing. Having a weekly chat with Sam was very useful. Yeah. Training with other colleagues was very useful. Talking to other colleagues was very useful. And having yourself, this is a journey you're on. Anything can happen. Let's just continue. Yeah. Let's see what it brings. And that brought me out of that lockdown situation and felt better for it. Yeah. And obviously maintained what I achieved and in fact gone a bit further. And then this year, 2 years after lockdown, I'm not bored. I'm active. I'm finding the same energy, drive. My routine has changed. I used to train in the evenings before. Now I train at 6:30 in the morning, mostly all days. Okay. So that's another change I've brought within myself. Yes. That I had to fit around my lifestyle, my new work lifestyle, especially with lockdown, as you mentioned. How did I cope with it? Because as I said, we were doing a lot of webinars, so that need a lot of evening work. So I used to train in the mornings or early session at 5 p.m. because I'm at home. Yes. So you have to fit it around you, which helped me think differently. So the lockdown had a different impact on me, that it made me think, wow, okay, I'm on my own here. The life is on its own. This is it. You have to do it. And find yourself, keep on finding your journey, keep on finding yourself, keep on persevering and setting new goals, whether it's professional goals, whether it's personal goals, or whether it's your fitness goals. Keep a check on yourself and keep sort of testing that element that, okay, what can we do next? Make it an enjoyment. Don't make it a chore. That's something,
That's perfect.
I probably said a lot. I don't know what else you want to pick up from this, or. No.
Well, to me, I think those are wonderful words to leave this on, and very inspiring. Thank you so much for talking with me, Vimal.
Thank you, Stefan.